Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a foundation review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the LYS, I believe that's how you say it, Triple Fix Serum Foundation. This is a newer brand to Sephora. I picked it up during the Sephora sale. I'll have my haul linked down below, but I had a lot of requests to review this, so I figured I would start with this one of my haul. As always, I'll be doing a flash photo before and after, how it looks in natural light, and I'll wear it throughout the day to show you how it holds up on my skin. Not particularly oily right now, but historically very oily, so I'll be able to give you an idea of how this will work for a multitude of skin tones, and there will be timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy foundation reviews, but let's go ahead and get started. So I wasn't super familiar with this brand until some of you had mentioned it to me, so I was really pleasantly surprised when I went to the Sephora website to see that it retails for $28.50 Canadian, $22 American, which is an amazing price. Comes in a nice glass bottle, and it has 1 fluid ounce of foundation here, so that's the average amount that you get in a foundation. It's got this kind of triangle bottle, which is a little bit different and unique, but at the same time it's a little bit big, but it's not like clunky or just like weird packaging for no reason that ends up being kind of inconvenient. I've got a pump here, and it comes in 35 shades, which I think is great. I picked up the shade TP3. There was another shade that I thought might be a better match for me, but this one seems to work. And in just looking on the Sephora website, where did they have it? They have swatches on the Sephora website, and I believe there was like a shade guide or something. That was how I ended up picking mine out. But anyways, I'm going to wear this shade today, and it seems to be a pretty good match. It is cruelty-free, vegan, and gluten-free as well. And I'm going to do half brush, half sponge, because I've done it with sponge and I liked it, but I'm going to try brush as well. I'm going to take out just 1 pump on the back of my hand. We'll start with that. And I'll do sponge on this side. It says it's a luxuriously clean, skincare-infused serum foundation with buildable light to medium coverage in an array of shades. It says natural finish, liquid formula. It's got ashwagandha in there, which is a herb that combats skin stress and visible signs of aging. Turmeric, which has antioxidants, and then hyaluronic acid, which is helps with hydration of the skin. As you can see, it's a nice shade match. Blends out really easy. With the sponge, it definitely ends up being... mirror. The sponge, it definitely ends up more on the light coverage side, but very easily blendable, and I'm happy with that shade match. Oh, they also had a bunch of other products like powder and blush. I tried to get it all, but it was out of sale. It was all sold out. Oh yeah, so they got a shade finder quiz on their website, and they have a match by brand, which is awesome. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I like that. And I like that they include the undertones. It just makes it easier to shop online. And I'll do 1 more pump, and I'll do it on the other side with brush. It feels like a pretty traditional foundation in texture when you pump it out. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be serum-y, but then on the skin, it definitely blends out really easy. It's like somewhere in between a tinted moisturizer and a foundation in terms of texture and how it acts. But I think it's really quite nice. I was impressed with this. I didn't look up any reviews. Like, I literally only bought this to review it, and I only bought it because people requested it. Otherwise, like, not that the brand didn't appeal to me, but there's just so much on the Sephora website that I might not have grabbed it. So always let me know if you see new brands popping up that you're curious about. I always get messages and I'm like, I can't find it in Canada. Like the e.l.f. CC cream, I'm working on it. I think I can get it now. The only thing I kind of noticed about this, and I'll link my tutorial down below, is when I tried this the first time, I filmed like an Instagram reel, and I noticed when I went to do the cream contour and stuff on top of it, it kind of moved it around, and I was using a brush though. It's like it has the potential to be a little finicky maybe. You know when it's like a foundation just won't blend into your skin, it's kind of sitting there almost like you put a weird primer under it. I love the look on the skin. I think it looks really good, but then up close, it's like you really got to blend it. If you've tried this, let me know what you think of it, or if you're curious to try. So I'm going to go ahead now and take my flash photos, and I will be right back. Okay, I have the rest of my makeup on now, and everything that I'm wearing will be listed down below. Super simple today, but it looks really, really good. Like, from afar, it looks good and skin-like. It's got a nice kind of natural finish. I didn't put a super matte powder on top of it, but what I will say is in using it, it does feel a little bit finicky. Something about it feels like it's just like dying to separate. And it's like kind of bunching up in places. Not much difference between sponge and brush in terms of application. And both times, like the other time that I wore this was under a moisturizer. Today it's with a primer. Let me see if I can get up close to the camera so you know what I'm talking about, because it looks good on camera, but I have not tweezed or anything. But can you tell what I mean at all? See my nose? And like in between my eyebrows. Sorry. Why is my phone on all the time? So yeah, it's nothing like jarring that looks like really bad and you have to look really, really up close, but it does feel a little bit finicky, and especially for something lighter coverage, more natural, I don't expect it to like separate like that. It may be the products that I'm using underneath, and it's not that it's separating badly to the point even that I wouldn't necessarily wear it, because I like the finish and I loved when I wore it the other day. Like, I thought my makeup looked so good in my Sephora video. I was like, I gotta film another video after that. So anyways, oh, did I do my before and after little? I think I did. I hope I did. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for a few more hours and I'll check back with you in some natural light. Hello, coming to you in some natural light so you can see how everything looks. I don't think I've lost much coverage. Things look good. I've only had it on for a couple of hours, but things look good. Definitely doesn't feel oily or greasy, but I am not oily right now, so I can only tell you what I think it might look like. I do feel like if I had a little bit oilier skin right now, it would be potentially a problem, but it definitely doesn't feel like it's slipping around. Still feels really comfortable and lightweight on my skin. I will say it doesn't look incredibly lightweight, but I think if you use like less of this, the better, in my opinion, for like a light to medium coverage. And I do think when I wore it the other day, I can't remember the powder that I wore it with, it'll be listed in my Sephora haul, it all looked really good. But yeah, it looks really good on camera, but I will say up close and personal, it's not as good, but it's not bad either. So kind of middle of the road, but I will wear this for a few more hours and check back with you this evening. Hello, I'm back. It is the end of the day for me. I just started binging, or just began. I'm really on the first episode, but it's a planned binge of Bling Empire. I'm months / maybe over a year late to this show, but excited to tune in. Anyways, want to wash my face so I can get in the bath and enjoy it. But I gotta say, I'm kind of torn on this foundation. When I wore this the other day, I really, really liked it. But in examining it a little bit closer today, it really does up close on my skin look like it's going to separate. I lost some coverage here on my nose, which isn't a huge deal. That happens quite often. I have spent a lot of the time kind of on my face today, and it really hasn't transferred a lot. It feels really comfortable. It hasn't gotten greasy or oily, but like I mentioned, I'm not oily right now. It hasn't oxidized either, from what I can tell. So I'm a little bit torn on whether or not I recommend it, because I really like the way that it looks, but at the same time it is a little bit finicky based on what you put underneath it. I definitely, with this one, although kind of impossible depending on where you live, at least here in Toronto, can't get samples right now before you test it out. But I do like it. I don't know that I'm going to be reaching for it a ton. Like if I didn't have a billion other foundations, perhaps, but because of that, the way that it's a little bit inconsistent in how it wears, I'm not totally sure. But I'm going to keep, I don't know if I'm going to keep testing it out because I have so many other foundations. But if I do continue to wear it and find a way that works a lot better, I will let you know, of course. And if you've tried this foundation and you've had a really good experience with it, a really bad one, a similar one to mine, I would love to know. My opinion and thoughts on it, of course, are just one part of the buying process. So hopefully this was at least a little bit helpful. Not a huge miss, not a huge win either, and the price point being $28.50 definitely. Like if it was like, you know, an $80 foundation, I would have higher expectations, but $28 is still up there and it's still a higher end brand, and I don't know, the price is kind of irrelevant to me because Essence came out with a killer foundation for $7.99, so I expect the same from all of them. But yeah, I don't know. I like it and I don't like it. It definitely sticks around on the skin really well, so I'll say that. I definitely feel like for something lighter coverage, for something more natural finish, it really does stay on my skin well while it's not being too oily or greasy. So, I don't know, pretty good, but also not that great. Kind of somewhere in the middle on this one. That happens sometimes, but thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!